Hey guys, how's it going? Laura with Garden Answer. Today's video is going to be pretty quick, but I just wanted to talk about our lawn. We've had a lot of you guys ask what we use on it to keep it so nice and green. And Erin is about ready to go put the first treatment on of the year, so I brought a bag of each of the things that we use to show you and kind of explain what we do as far as our schedule goes for our grass for the year. So here in Eastern Oregon, it's high desert. We have really hot summers, very low humidity, very little rain. We have hard clay soil in our particular spot and high pH. So all of those things make for a really tough situation for most all of our plants. So the stuff I'm showing you today I know works in our situation. Yours might be completely different. It's a good idea to go to your local garden center, ask what's best for your area and your type of grass. Our lawn is a mix of perennial rye and Kentucky blue. It works really well for us here. It's not super prone to bugs, insects, and it's very pretty so long as it gets irrigation. But pretty much anything we put in the ground here has to be irrigated. So we're applying it now because we've got a couple of rainy days in the forecast and we're trying to use any natural moisture that we can get to help kind of push this stuff into the plant's root system. So this is what we start with. We start with humic acid, which to my understanding is a naturally occurring substance. It's from decomposing and fossilized plant material. And it's one of the best things that you could add into your soil that's sustainable. And I know it works. I mean, I probably am butchering that explanation of what humic acid is, but I know it works for our soil. We add it to the grass once a year, and it helps lower the pH and condition the soil, which actually unlocks nutrients, because when you have high pH, it locks up nutrients that might be already in your soil, but the plants can't take it up. So that helps out a ton. And second, we use gypsum, which this is pelletized, so it works really well going through a broadcaster. Do not use powdered gypsum. I've tried that before. It was total, complete disaster trying to come out of my broadcast spreader. I don't know what I was thinking, but gypsum helps break up the clay soil. It does take a buildup of gypsum in the soil to start seeing an effect, so it's something that we put on our grass at least 3 times a year, and we keep doing it every single year. In my old garden, when we moved in, it was gray, anaerobic smelling like swamp soil. There was no earthworms. I started using this, and within just a few years, I had crumbly, soft earth with earthworms in it, but it did take being very consistent with it, and I think that's where maybe you lose a lot of people, because it is something you have to constantly be thinking about if you have that problem. So that's something that we add today and then later on in the season as well. And third, we've used the Espoma Organic Lawn Food. We've been using this for years. In fact, my parents have been using this for years. And this is a really good one to help green up the grass really quickly. Right now, it doesn't look super great because it is dormant. So it goes pretty yellow, kind of patchy looking. But once we start putting this on and watering it, it's just gonna come like spring back to life, and it happens very quickly. The reason why I like the organic is that it's a slower feed, so I don't have to fertilize quite as often. So I put this down and then I don't have to fertilize again until about the end of May. So this is what goes on in March. In May, we'll come in and we'll do these 2 things, so about end of May. And then during the hot part of the summer, we don't go for really a whole lot of extra growth. We kind of like power down for a little while. So we don't add anything until usually late summer, early fall. So usually it's a three times a year. We might throw a winterizer on the grass later on in the season, which, you know, you can do this type of lawn food, or there is specific winterizer grass foods, but usually I'll just use this. But I always shoot for 3 applications a season. If I can get that done, our grass looks really pretty. So that's pretty much it. Erin's gonna be using this. When we very first moved in, we moved from a really tiny yard, and I had a spreader that was literally this big. And I tried to use it on all of our grass. It took me forever. And it has really little wheels, so if it hits any divots or holes in the ground, it spills and tips over, and then I get a burn spot in the ground somewhere. So he's gonna be using this, and you can, put the dial here. Most of the time on all the bags, you can find, in fact, let me show you, like on this humic acid, it'll show you, different types of spreaders and what number you need to have it set on for the proper application. So just follow the instructions on the bag, pretty easy. So I think we're gonna try to get the drone up to show you kind of a bird's eye view of what kind of lawn we have here. Eventually we'll probably be cutting out some of our sod and using it for planting room, but that'll happen in the future. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys what we use. I would love to hear a little bit more about your grasses. I don't have very much experience other than with my own. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.